man. This is the Chess Puzzle Show. And David's here. How's it going, David? This is Coach Ray. And welcome to the Brownsville Royal Knights Success Team Chess Show. Oh, man. And soon to, you're at what club, Dave? You're at the Columbia, right?
Columbus, Ohio Chess Club, actually,
There
yes.
you go, yeah.
That is our chess club. We are on 80 Persons Avenue, if anybody's in Columbus, Ohio that's watching. So we're there on Sundays from noon to 4.
Hey, cool. Look at that. We already have some. Hey, look at that. Daniel, president. Let's put a little check mark under his name. How you all doing? We're doing fine, Daniel. Really? Cool. Well, we got David and we got Daniel. But David, sometimes we call you Dave. I call you Dave. I don't know.
Everybody called me Dave. That's fine. Doesn't make a difference to me.
Hey, look at this, man. Hey, guy. Double NF. Fernando or Fernandino. Man, awesome. Hey, man, first time. I think you've been to our shows before. I'm not too sure, but I know you always like my pictures and all that. So, hey, welcome, man. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Well, it's cool. So you played some chess early this morning, and
into the afternoon. Yep.
Hey, look at here. Hey, how's it going? You guys doing okay? Some Royal Knights popping in. Hey, man. So yeah. So man, that's really cool, man. When's your next tournament?
My next tournament's probably not till February. It's going to be a big one that Alan and I are playing it. It is the U.S. Amateur Team East that will be doing President's Day weekend in February, from February the 17th until the 20th. It is capped at 325 teams, which means there can be up to 1,300 players. Alan and I might play in a team together. We'll still try to figure out some of the specifics.
Hey, well,
but, it's
Alan's
possible.
Been successful, man, in those team events.
Yes, Alan actually has won that, I believe, a total of 3 times. With 3 different teams.
With 3 different teams, yeah, man.
Which is unheard of. Nobody, I don't think that I know of. I think Alan might be the only person that has won it with 3 different teams.
Wow, man, that's unusual. I know that 2 years ago, I was part of the commentary. Evan invited me, and we were making calls, and what's going on, and this and that. It was the East and the West, that kind of deal. But, that was. Well, I guess it was live, but we were online. But now everything's open. Chess is now open. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And scholastic tournaments have started. We're over here down in the Rio Grande Valley. I mean, next week is Dishman up in Harlingen has a tournament, and last week we had a tournament in Brownsville. The following on the 29th, I believe, is Stillman Middle School has a tournament. And so, the tournament started, and of course we got regionals coming up in February, and then in March we have a super state, because Texas is so big that now they're divided. They split the tournament in half, so 2 different cities, but this particular in 2023, it's going to be a super state, so everything comes together.
Okay. Yeah, I just say Texas is very good for chess right now, especially down in the Dallas area.
Man, it's so cool. Okay. Well, let's start with some puzzles here, man. Let me show you some puzzles. And
let's see what you got. Show me what you got. Put up your dukes. Let's see. Knock some puzzles out.
Let's show you some puzzles, and let's start with. Let me go Chrome with this one here. There you go. Yeah, this one. Let's share this puzzle here. And let's see what we got here. Some of the fans are here, and let's see what they think. This is a puzzle. It's white to move, and there is a checkmate here. I believe this one's a checkmate in 4. And remember, there's always, not always, but sometimes there's a sacrifice. Sometimes there's a long queen move. If you're going to sacrifice, remember the sacrifice is to expose the king to more checks, or sometimes to get rid of some pieces that are in the way.
I already figured it out.
You got it down. And then, of course, always consider the square where the king is on, what color the king is on, because sometimes that's key, especially if you have some bishops in the way that can get into play. If you got a knight close to the queen or in the middle of the board, if you know it, give me the answer, dude. Type it down, move by move, and we'll take it from there.
Okay.
But let's see. I think we got somebody trying to guess it here.
Okay, let's give them a couple minutes and then we'll go over it.
Minutes to try to get it.
Yep.
It's not really that hard. It's the idea of thinking through. Because remember, when you're playing tournaments, you gotta think 2 or 3 moves ahead. Hopefully a little bit more, but at least 2 or 3 moves ahead might get you to that trophy range. But if you really want to get your rating up high, man, 4, 5, 6 moves ahead, that type of deal. And it's the knight and the queen on white. The knight and the queen are white. Well, yeah, okay. Knight and queen white for white. Yeah, who moves first though?
This is white to move, obviously.
One of the things here is yes, the queen and the knight are the two most. Those are the 2 pieces that work the best together. I think, in my opinion, they're the 2 pieces that work the best together. They're like I always used to say they're like Michael Jordan and Kobe. Scottie Pippen. They did the magic. They were the magic players, man, and it's like, but yeah. So
I don't think a lot of these guys, Ray, will know who Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen are. Some of them might be a little too young for that.
Yeah. I'm dating myself here.
Yeah, look, just a little bit.
But you know what? Hey, they were awesome. Okay, well, let's see. What do you got, Dave? What do you think?
Okay, so your first move will be queen takes on f8 check.
Oh, a sacrifice. Look at that.
King takes.
Yeah, king takes. Okay.
Then you will play rook.
Let me play another move. Let's say the king moved away. What will we do there?
Oh, no, my God, it's mate then. Then it's queen G. Yeah, mate one. Yeah.
In front of the bad king, the queen protected by a piece. So he can't go there. So obviously the first move is a sacrifice. The queen captures back. And then we got this knight attacking.
Yeah, but we leave that knight alone. Because we got to keep the pressure still. We got to keep the pressure and keep throwing our pieces. So it's going to be rook c8 check.
Rook c8 check. And there's the check. Boom.
And there's the only move left.
He's here.
Right.
The only move we got is the knight blocks. Right.
And then we will take that knight check as well.
We take that knight because we have a battery going to c8 here. So basically the knight gets rid of, the obstacle, the problem. The king can't go here, the king can't go here, the king can't run to g8. So the king's forced to capture, right?
And then rook c8 again for me.
Rook c8 again, and that's the checkmate. The rook controls the whole line, and the knight's controlling e7, and we have a checkmate because checkmate is controlling the squares around the king. Does that make sense? The king can't go anywhere. There's no possible block, and the rook cannot be captured. No way. So this is a basic checkmate. So let me do that one again. Again, there's a queen sacrifice, guys. The king captures because that's the best move to do. We got the rook here creating the check, and we got the knight blocks. And at this point, black might see, man, I got a queen and I'm safe. But there comes another sacrifice. So in this one, there's a queen sacrifice and a rook sacrifice, and they're all created to clear the path for the final piece, which creates the checkmate. Awesome, man. Very good. All right.
Now, before we switch, Ray, does anybody have any questions on that? Because we always want to answer any questions that anybody may have on that puzzle.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel was saying, Daniel said, I was looking at that but didn't see the rook mate yet. Okay, cool.
Now, there's a reason for that, and this is what I teach a lot of my students. There's 2 ways to view a position. You can look at your minor pieces first, then look at your major pieces and work your way up. Now, in this case, we're dealing with a mating puzzle, so you want to look at your major pieces, then your minor pieces.
Right. Yeah, and then always look at the squares where the pieces need to attack. Like for instance here, immediately you go, okay, I'm controlling these 3 squares with a knight. So obviously I can create a checkmate here at g7 with a queen or something else. But then you look at this battery, and Dave's right on it. The major pieces, batteries, and in this case, this is an Alekine's gun. So it's like, man, that's a canyon attacking c8 there. There's no way to stop it. But you know what? Think about this. Let's say we had done a move like maybe maybe move the queen here, to get a little bit closer. Maybe we would have done
Ooh.
that. We would have lost to this. Boom. We would have lost to this move right here. Look at that.
Correct.
Checkmate in 2. Wherever he decided to go, let's say he would have stepped back down, we still have a checkmate either there or there. It doesn't matter. So a lot of times, guys, it's very important that you consider the position of your king. Make sure your king is safe. Does that make sense? Because especially if he's got mate in 1, you either need to protect your king or you need to make sure that the attack is going to be forceful. Check, 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 checkmate. And so obviously the sacrifice is created to expose the king to another check. But if you didn't pay attention to the battery, you don't see this. You don't see. A lot of times we look at the pieces that are near the king and we forget about the long range pieces. And that is so right, but Dave was saying, always look at the major pieces. The major pieces are your rooks and your queen, right? And of course, this is the move. And of course, the long range piece travels up the file and creates the checkmate, right? All right, let me give you another one. Here. Let me stop sharing here and then share again. And so that we can get to a bigger one. Hold on, this one would be this one. Oops, hold on. This one right here. Is that the one? Hold on. Let me make sure I get this one right. Nope. Oh man, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. It was already on top. All right, so here's this puzzle here. This should be, I think, a checkmate in 2. This is a checkmate in 2. They say,
this is easy.
Here we go. It says, I thought of something else. Okay, cool.
This is actually quite a beautiful ending.
This is
so.
This is a pretty checkmate in 2 coming up. What do you think, guys? What do you think?
Yeah, let's hear from them. Let's see if somebody can figure it out.
That somebody can figure it out. And it's white to move, but you got to understand, this guy has a battery. He's got a knight coming in. He's got a bishop attacking the squares. Black could possibly have some checkmate possibilities here. Actually, he does. The rook jumps down and it's checkmate. So he's got a checkmate in 1. So whatever we do has to be powerful, right? Daniel says a rook check. All right, let's see, Daniel. Let me put that up here for you. Daniel says a rook check. Yes, I agree with you, Daniel. Rook check, boom. And the king is, I like to say kind of like a checkmate position because the king can't move anywhere, right? The king cannot move either to h8 or he can't go to f7. So the king's stuck. So you need to find a way to capture that rook. And of course, obviously, the way to capture the rook would be with a bishop. Now, the king cannot go to h8. He can only go to f7. Now, the king's on the white square. f7 is a white square. Who controls the f7 square? Well, Daniel has it, and he says, bishop checkmate. Yes, you're right. This bishop comes in out of here, and he goes, boom, and he creates the checkmate here. The knight's taking care of this square, and this is quite a beauty. Right? Does it make sense? Oh, move the other rook? No, that would have taken too long. That would have taken a bit too long. Let's look at that. Okay. So he says maybe this is the move and this is the move. But if you move this rook here, you get
mated
here.
Right.
You get checkmated there. Now, if you were thinking of moving the other rook, let's say you were thinking of creating the battery first.
Ooh. Still checkmate.
Still get checkmated because he has a checkmating 1. Yes. Give me the question. What's the question that you have? Type it out and, Orale. Give me the question. What is the question? We'll take care of it here. And see. All right. Well, while he does the question again, the move is sacrifice the rook, right? Sacrifice the rook. The bishop has to capture because that's the only way. And of course, who attacks on the white squares? Bishops do. Who attacks on dark squares? Bishops do. Because I was thinking the stuff that you said. Okay. You were thinking the stuff that I said. Very good. Cool. All right. Hey, look who's here. Hey, back on. Sorry for a long absence. Saludos, Mr. Royal. Hey, hi, Hector. Hope you're feeling better and all of that, man. I'm glad you're here. Enjoy. We'll have a show tomorrow. Adriana and myself on Monday, and of course on Tuesday I have somebody else coming in. Anyway, that's from another show. People from coming in to visit. But cool, that's a good puzzle, man. That's pretty cool. Sometimes, this, even though this is an easy puzzle, sometimes we don't see this, or some players just don't see this, And again, this puzzle also tells you, man, I gotta look at the king, man, because he's got a checkmate in one, and he's gonna get me. So I either need to protect. I mean, the other move that I might have accepted might have been even this move. Even that move, because then he goes check. At least you can block. I would have probably accepted.
No, you cannot block. Actually, right? Bishop check.
Right, because I see the bishop over here. No.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What would be the move here? Let's see. Bishop.
Bishop check.
I guess Bishop could go. No.
Bishop. No, it has to be bishop check.
No, not the knight. Yeah.
No, it's bishop check. Either bishop check. You have two bishop checks.
He has to go here. And then
make.
Yeah. No,
it's not. No. Rook takes. Rook takes.
Rook takes.
Yes.
And that's the checkmate. Yeah, right. It got too easy that it got hard to see.
I think you need to get them bifocals off there, Ray.
Making Alan moves.
Hey, Alan's moves are better than that. Trust me, Alan's moves are much better than that.
Hey, Alan, come join us, Alan, wherever you're at.
I don't know where Alan is. I don't know. Maybe he's where Bobby Fischer is. I don't know. No kidding. Bobby Fischer's dead, but still.
Oh, man. He's having a special meeting with, I don't know. Okay, let's see which one I got. I got this one. No. Okay, that one. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, okay, I got the idea now. All right, the puzzle always goes to the top. So here we have another puzzle here. And this is, I think, is a checkmate in 4. I think it's a checkmate in 4 or a checkmate in 3. Black to move. Now, those of you that are from my, some of my students will remember that this is called a sandwich. The king is stuck between two rooks or a rook and a queen. So he's gonna get squished somehow. We have a dark squared bishop. We have a light squared bishop. We have, grandmaster move number 5, little pawn attacks big piece. His rooks seem to be kind of useless, even though they're on the right files to attack the king, but they seem to be useless here. They're out of pocket. We got a knight attacking this square, e5, and we have a bishop that can move around on the light squares, but black has his pieces in very good squares. So, I don't know. Let's find the checkmate here. What do we think? What are you thinking here? Let's find the checkmate.
There's a few good ideas here.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what you got here. There you go. And
okay.
What do you got?
You got to give a check first.
There's got to be a check, right? There's got to be a check.
Always has to be a check. Now let's see. What audience? What do you think the first check is?
What do you think, guys? Show me the check. Show me the check. A good check is one that forces the king to move, one that wins material, one that gains temple, and of course the check that leads to checkmate. So what do we think here? Daniel says either pawn or rook. Okay.
Which one has one has more control, the rook or the pawn?
Here we go. Here's another comment. Wait, we attack black or white? Which one? Black attacks the white king. Black is going over the. And Daniel says pawn push check. Okay, let's try that. Pawn push check. Right. The king cannot go up, cannot go here, cannot come down, cannot come down, cannot go here, cannot capture. But he does have this square. Now, what's the follow up here, Daniel? If the pawn, if it's a pawn check, what is the follow? Now, you got to understand now, Daniel, that the king can move here, the king can move there. Everywhere else he cannot go. But the king has 2 squares to move to. And if we're going to beat him, we need to control those 2 squares. So
Right.
was it the pawn move? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. What do you think? Give me the follow-up because, it's your answer. We could possibly bishop attack, bishop check. Okay, I was thinking of that. Okay. Bishop check, creating a fork, right? Creating a fork and also attacking these 2 squares. So the king can't go here, king can't go there. King can't go there, king can't go there, king can't go there. And, of course, he can't go there. But the king can move down. All right, what's the follow-up for this checkmate? Now, the king cannot
There is no follow-up for the mate.
there,
That's the point.
and he can't go there. Again, the king can move to these 2 squares.
Right, and that's the problem.
And that, and I think he gets
no
away.
follow-up.
Yeah,
Yes, he does. Correct.
He gets away at that point. So that's not the answer, but a good try. But I will say this: the pawn is very influential in this checkmate. But it's a matter of when he comes out. He's got to come out at the right time. So what do you think is the best move here, huh?
Audience, do we have somebody that can second a good move here?
Come on. What do you think? Give me a... Oh, so it was the rook check. Yes, it is.
Correct. Correct. Yes.
I don't know. Where do we put the rook check? Do we go... Where do we go? Do we go here to D6? Do we go to C5? Do we go to E1? Or do we go here to E5? Which check do we do? Give me a check. Hey, there you go. Now, he says, move the bishop, right? Okay. But then Daniel says, or no, bishop? I like question. And I don't know. We'll use both moves. Okay. But what rook check do you want to do? Let's try this check because I'm sure you don't want to lose a piece. So now he can't go here, he can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, and he can't go here, but he can go to 2 different squares. So let's say he goes here. What's your follow-up here? Are you going to check me there maybe?
Nope.
Are you going to... The bishop has a check. Nope, no check. The bishop over here doesn't have any checks. The king can't move up because the pawn's there. You do have another check with a rook here, but then the king goes here, and of course there's no check because the knight captures there. So it's either this check, and I get to move to either there or there. I don't think there's nothing there. I mean, is it winning? Yes. And really it's not a fork because rook can't capture the knight because bishop captures. So it's not that one. But I think you are right. I think the answer, I think, I know for sure. The answer, guys, is bishop. What does the bishop do? Remember, the idea of checkmate is to control the squares around the king. And when the bishop goes to F6, it is actually controlling the squares around the king. The king has nowhere to go. Plus, he's attacking the rook, right? So let's say the rook moves away. What is the finishing move here? What do you think?
It's going to be pawn push mate.
Yeah, checkmating 1.
Correct.
Checkmating 1 coming up. Remember, the rook is controlling this line. The rook is controlling this line. The bishop's controlling here. The bishop's controlling here. And the rook's controlling this line. So we're actually controlling every square around the king, right? And yeah, definitely the pawn. You're right. Now it's the pawn turn.
Yep. Took the audience a little while to find it, but it's there.
Yeah, but they got it. Yeah, definitely the pawn. Now that's not I mean, there's different variations here. Okay, there's different variations. So
right.
Let's see. So we start with this one. All right. Okay. Let me catch. We start with this one, and this guy says, "Oh my God, he's gonna checkmate me." So what happens if he pushes the pawn here? What do we do now? Again, remember, you're controlling every square around the king. You have an attack, and he puts a stop on your plan, and he says, whoa, you don't have me in checkmate. So what do? You have to stop his plan. Do you continue with your plan, or do you come up with another move? What do you think here?
No, there's other moves.
Now,
Or you can
cannot
continue.
check with the bishop because you lose the
No, but you can still check with the pawn anyway. Because
yeah,
the
yeah.
pawn takes mate again.
You cannot do this move. I'm sorry. That's what I was saying. You can't do this move. See, if you
No,
do
but
this move, you lose the
right,
rook. You lose the rook. So that one doesn't
yeah,
work. Even though it's a bishop move, you can't do that one. So
right.
obviously
But
the move is here. He goes here, and
you
yeah,
push the pawn again,
yeah.
check, and then he
The
takes, and
bishop,
then
the
takes for
move
mate.
has to be pawn check again. And of
Correct.
course, the king can't go anywhere, right? The king can't go
Correct.
anywhere. So the king can't go anywhere. He's got to capture. So he captures, and then there's the checkmate. Does that make sense,
You,
right? And then,
yep.
of course, what if he stops? Let's see. What if he goes? Bishop goes here, and then he says, there's a battle here. I'm going to put my knight right there. What is the move? White to move. I mean, black to move. Checkmate in one.
Oh, that's easy. That would be rook d4 mate.
Yeah, the rook. Yeah, that
Because he literally like put himself in the
because the
mating
bishop's
position.
protecting the rook. The bishop's protecting the rook. It's kind of like two rook checkmate because rook's controlling there and the two pawns are not controlling there. And it's checkmate in the middle like two rooks, man. So yeah, totally off. So control, 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 and control. Cool deal? So let me do that one again. So yeah, bishop creating temple and controlling, right? The knight goes here to control that square. We have checkmate with a rook. We do this. Obviously, if the rook moves out of the way, then we basically have the checkmate with a little pawn. And of course, if the little pawn protects, then we simply push the pawn. Pawn takes pawn, and pawn takes pawn. Checkmate.
Yep, dropping the mates.
There you go. Awesome. So super cool, man. Let me go to the next puzzle here, and let's see what we got. Man, all we got here is puzzles and all of that. So here we go. Is it this one? Yes. All right. I'm getting a hint of this. All right. So this one here is not a checkmate. This is going to be an endgame study, but basically the idea of this puzzle is black is losing. White has an extra piece. White has a bishop. So can you figure out a way for black to win or equalizing the position? But basically, black's going to win in this position. What do you think is the best move? You're down a piece, so you have to, find a way to, get that bishop back or capture that bishop. So what do you think is the move here? Again, every time it's your turn, what do we need to do? Look for the unprotected pieces, right? Every time it's your turn, look for the unprotected pieces. Does that make sense? Every time is your move, look for the unprotected pieces. Right? Right? Does that make sense? So, what do you think here? All right, let's me go back here, and somebody said the black queen. Okay, where do we put the black
Correct.
queen?
Right. There's a fork on. There's a fork on the board.
Yeah, the answer is queen goes to create a fork. Always look for the unprotected piece. So the unprotected piece is the rook. The rook is unprotected, so we create an attack. Now, since the king can capture the bishop, right? The king can capture the bishop, but it's protected. Then we need to gang up on that bishop. And so the way we gang up on the bishop is to create. Oops, let me go this way and go here and create a fork. And that's what Dave's talking about. Yep. We attack both the rook and the bishop. The rook cannot come to help the bishop out. And so we're going to gain that bishop back. So that is the move, guys. We move here. We're attacking the rook. If the queen protects, doesn't matter. The queen can go back here and protect both of them, right? Then, of course, the queen captures. And it's an even game. Probably on this side of the board, we have advantage of 2-1. but on this side of the board, white has the advantage of 4 pawns to a 1 and a 1. But we're okay, right? So what would be the move here? What would be the move here? What can we do in this case?
Would be you could exchange queens.
Hey, Alan's here. Alan says C2. Yeah.
Rook C2? Yes, correct. I like Rook C2.
Rook C2 is a good move, Alan. Let's see. Oh, but it's white turn to move. What can white will do something? I don't know, whatever. But or let's say queen captures queen. He takes there, and obviously the move would be attack the weak square, right? Or we can go to the 7th rank because that's where rooks want to go. Because when we go here, he's going to go there. So the idea is move to the 7th rank. Would you agree? In this case, because we can, I know it's black turn to move. So let's say he attacks here. Boom, then checkmate. Boom, checkmate. Right? So he can't leave. He can't leave. He can't leave this. So he more than likely he's going to maybe do something like that. And of course, then we can hit the 7th rank, or we can start attacking this pawn, and we're okay. Does that make sense? Probably 7th rank, and then we gain a little bit of advantage there. Does that make sense? And he says, "Oh, never mind." Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Okay, that's cool. Just to get a piece back, right? That's just to get a piece back. All right. So here's the next one here. And there we go. I missed that one. Yes, there we go. All right, let's look at this one here. Now, this is definitely endgame. Pawns and queens, these are hard. If you don't know how to play this, you will probably end up either losing the game or in a draw position. So, you in pawn and king endgames, you always have to consider opposition. You have to consider how the king is going to control the queenie square, or how the king is going to become active so that he can get close to the pawns, right? And you also got to consider pass pawns. How am I going to create a pass pawn, and how am I going to stop any pass pawns that my opponent has? So white to move. What do you think here? Well, let me ask you this, Dave. Let me give us a little bit of a hint without giving us the moves. When you look at a position here, what do you think? What is going through your mind when you see a position like this? You're playing white.
With my position such as these, I try to avoid stalemates.
There you go.
Very easy because you got queen. So what I want to do is I want to take pieces, but at the same time I want to immobilize it to the point where they run out of checks.
Don't give them any checks, because checks create temples and it allows them to give the initiative. What else do you think here in a position like this?
I'm looking for a check, but at the same time, right now I'm really looking at that G6 pawn. That is the one I want to move forward.
This is your key. This guy squares away.
It's not actually as tricky as it is.
It's tricky as it is.
It's not really that tricky. The key to winning this is to look for open squares.
Yes.
And look to the fastest way to attack. Yep.
Yeah, it's white to move, big guy. White to move.
Now.
And so the other thing here that I want to make sure we understand is whenever there's pass pawns, you immediately have to think of the square of the pawn. And why is that important? Because the king needs to capture that pawn. And if the king's not inside the square, that pawn's just going to go and the king won't be able to capture that pawn. So black has a pawn here. And we got to draw. We draw a diagonal all the way to the edge of the board, and we draw up to where the pawn is, and we create our square. If the king is inside the square, there's no way this pawn's going to, if he does become a queen, then the king will capture the queen, and the pawn will not win. So the other idea is, of course, in a position, the king needs to come to the center to get rid of that pawn, but then at the same time, he wants to keep going and capture this G7 pawn, so that the G6 pawn can move in and become a queen. But of course, there's two queens on the board, so
right. We got to get rid of the queen.
We got to figure a way to get rid of these guys.
So I'm going to start with the first move.
All
And
right.
this might come to a shock. Queen E8 check.
Queen E8 check. Okay, let's go here. The king has to move out of the way. So here's the move. All
The
right. So
next,
do we
we're going
capture?
to get rid. We got to get rid of the queen. We
All
do
right.
not capture because the reason we
Ah,
don't need to capture is
because
because our pawn is further down the board.
all right. So what's the move here then?
The move will then be queen to what is that? F7 check.
There you
Reason
go.
being, it gets the queens off the
That is
board,
the winning
and
move,
you promote sooner.
and you promote sooner. Does that make sense, guys? So if the king moves, we don't need to promote because we just simply capture the queen. Does that make sense? So the idea is this: queen check, boom, attacking the pawn. But really, this is a fork attacking the square, right? Because the king is forced to go here. We create the fork now, and the queen must capture. Pawn captures, and again, the square is this. The king cannot get into this little square. No matter if he goes 1,000 miles an hour, he's still going to lose to this. And even if this pawn goes here, then we have the check.
Check
He
and bye
moves,
bye pawn.
and bye-bye pawn. He goes here. We could just move the king, or we can even push the pawn. And it's over. You know, he's not going to do much of anything. And, of course, we have the check. He goes here. You know, we can possibly push the pawn or move the king in or whatever. And, you know, maybe move the king. Maybe he goes here. Then we have check, controlling the line because the pawn's controlling here. He moves down. We simply push the pawn again, whatever he does. Let's say he goes here. When the king is on the edge, the queen conquers. But in this case, stalemate is best, right? A stalemated position because we're controlling every square around the king. He says stalemate. You say, no, you got pawns to move. And then there's the check. King moves. And we got the queen in front of the back king. The queen protected by a little pawn. So that is the move, guys. The idea is here, check, king moves up, and then we create this fork. Queen has to capture, and the pawn advances and becomes a queen. No matter what happens, queen, and you should win the game. And, you know, whatever. 4 to 8 moves, checkmate, and it is gone. Did you like that one, Daniel? Daniel says, cool. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, I get it. Does that make sense? And Daniel says, all right, cool. Okay, very cool, man. Very cool, man. So again, let me do that one again because this was, you know, you would think another one would have been here, but I don't think this one would work.
That does not. The pawns, yeah.
The king has to go here. This guy maybe go there. He goes here, and boom. Now he's got this. He can't go there. He's got to protect. What's the move here? We can push the pawn, right? Or we can maybe push this pawn, maybe even there.
Right. Yeah, and you're gonna just run out of
He
tempo.
moves there. We have this. He moves here, and the king has to move. Maybe the white king has to move. Oh no, black has to move. Okay, so we can go here. He goes here. We can push it. He goes there, and we go there, and then we simply go for it. All right, there it is, and he's got a. Oops, is that a stalemate? Oh no, we go here because he's got to go there, and there's the win. You know, check, no big deal, right? And of course, you can go on and win that one. Even though I think there was some rotten play, but the best move is let's get rid of the queen, and this is why you gotta look at the lines. You gotta look at the lines. You got to always look for forks and all of that. Yeah, does that make sense? He said, I thought the part where the queens didn't capture. I thought the part where the queens didn't capture was cool. Yeah. And then it was a forced capture, you know, and so yeah, I figured it out. Good job, Daniel. Man, Daniel's getting stronger by every time he joins us, man. He's getting stronger and stronger. One more, and how are we doing on time? We're 40 minutes. God, we're doing great.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Right. Okay. So let's go one more here. Tap. Let me go to the next one. Here we go. And I split that baby apart. Here we go. Let's share this one. And this one looks similar, but black is totally crushing the white king. And so this has to be this. Yeah, no problem, Daniel. This has to be a quick boom, boom, boom. So remember, again, long range pieces control the squares around the king. If you got a knight in the area, look for forks, that kind of deal. Always consider sacrifices. Why? To expose the king to more. Sometimes the sacrifice is to allow a piece to come closer to the attack. Sometimes the sacrifice is to just remove a piece out of the way, that kind of deal. And so, what do you think?
Who is this? Who is this? Black to move?
White to move on this one. White to move, and we have some good stuff. We got knight and queen combinations. We got knight and rook combinations. We got rook and queen combinations. I don't know. Think of the best move. Hey, Johnny Meadows, how's it going? Johnny Meadows. Johnny is a Tejano singer. He sings a song, La Llorona, and I think he's got another song out, Johnny. Johnny, I need to have you on my other show, man. Pretty soon here, coming up. Anyway, but yeah, man. So what do we got? What do we got here? Let's check with the knight, okay? Let's try that. So check with the knight. Obviously, now, let's see. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Johnny. So, are we thinking of the check here at E7, or are we thinking of the check at sacrifice? Which one, Daniel? Which check are you talking about? Because there might be a difference as far as that one, but I don't know. And remember, if you're sacrificing or if you're moving, you always have to consider the next check. Sack him. Okay, so he's saying here. Okay, pawn captures. What's the follow up now? What check do we have? If you're thinking check with a rook here, I am sorry, the bishop captures you.
Right, I was gonna say.
And if you're thinking here, if you're thinking sacrifice here, you don't have enough.
Then you get mated, right?
And if you're thinking this move here, if you're thinking that here, you get pretty beat up. I think even with this move, you lose.
Right, correct. Because then you get mated by the white square bishop.
You got check. He's got to move here, and then of course from here you have bishop checkmate. There
right.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get beat up with that one, Daniel. So it's not the knight. It's not the knight. Even though it looks kind of cool, the knight check, sacrifice. But again, consider a sacrifice to expose the king. Yeah, that was horrible.
Now, there is a sacrifice. Here's one for you guys. Rook takes G7 check.
Yes, the sacrifice is rook captures. If the king can't go.
King can't play there. He has to take.
Because it is. And if the king moves to the corner, the queen simply goes checkmate, and we got him in this checkmate. This little guy.
Yeah, you were close, chat. You were close. But
he goes here. He goes here. What do we do? That allows
queen. Yep, right on the E file. Yep.
That allows another check. If he goes, let's say he goes to the corner. What is the move?
Ouch. F8 mate. Queen F8 mate. Ouch.
The queen's controlling and moving like a bishop, and the king's moving like a rook. So we have the checkmate, right? So again, the rook sacrifice, the king captures, queen goes to E7 checkmate. If he goes down, let's say he goes up here. This is the famous queen and knight checkmate.
So then it's knight F6 check.
F6, controlling these two squares. The king has to go, and then there comes the queen and knight checkmate. Boom, very pretty. Right? Now, what else is there? Hold on, let me see. Let me hit it up here. Now, again, rook check. He goes here. Queen goes there. What if he goes up here? Then we have checkmate at little pawn protects, and we have a checkmate this way. Right? Look at that. Look at all the combinations that are coming up because you would sacrifice a piece that allow. Now, if he goes here, then of course we have the checkmate. We have the check here, which allows him
Forcing him
to
back
go here.
again. Yep.
And then, of course, we don't have a knight checkmate, but we have the queen checkmate again, and he is done. Yeah, he is done, my friends. Does that make sense? So again, the idea here is a rook sacrifice to expose the king to other checks, and then from there, it's over. Yeah, the thing is, sometimes you don't see this. How did I not see that? Haha. Well, the thing is this: if you want to be able to see positions like this, work on puzzles. Checkmate in one puzzles are fantastic because they teach the checkmate patterns. Even though they're easy, make sure you understand. I always tell my students, it doesn't matter that you get it right. What's important is that you visualize and that you're learning the patterns of checkmate. Then move on to checkmates in 2, checkmates in 3, checkmates in 4, hey, checkmates in 6, and really get to understand the whole idea of attacking the king. And this is what you're going to see when you're playing. You see this great attacks that come in. You know, you're playing a strong player, and he's going to attack you this way. It's not that he's, you know, he has all of these brain powers, that he's already been working on this because he's working on puzzles and he's got all these patterns in his head. And so he's just out there doing it, you know. And this is why you miss this checkmate. Sometimes you might play and the computer might tell you, oh, you missed 4 or 5 checkmate wins because you didn't see them. It's there. This, yeah, I was so wrong. I was thinking the knight was the appropriate sacrifice. Yeah, and it looked cool. The knight looked cool to sacrifice, moving the pawn away, but then there was no other good checks. You're right. That would have been so cool. Let me see, where are we? Where's my? Yeah, yeah. The knight. Well, the knight sacrifice would have been cool if the queen could have given a check here, but nothing, because the only way you do have a check here. You do have a check here, but then when he goes here, you don't have it because you don't have the rook check because bishop captures, and now the queen doesn't have any more checks. So again, you wind up going here for the checkmate in one move, but then again, like we said, check, and then he goes to the corner and checkmate with the 2 bishops here, and this is ugly. You know, and so yeah, because he has the temple, you know. He has the temple. So yeah. Wow. Yeah, he goes, yeah, yo. But hey, at least you tried, you know, and this is the thing. Chess is exercise for the brain, and you know, whether you're playing it, if you're playing active, if you play competitively, you go to tournament. You're a scholar that plays in tournaments. Hey man, you definitely need to work on your checkmate puzzles.
And just working with minor material. That's another big one, because even I had a game today where it was a rook bishop and game of opposite colors with pawns on the board, and
wow.
I had a tempo and I connected everything beautifully. Got my pawn to the 7th rank, but I jammed him up so bad because I immobilized his pawns and I got a forced win. So,
man, too bad you don't have a. Could you set that position up?
Hold on, give me a second. Let me get on Lee Chess here.
Yeah,
go to my board editor.
Set it up, and then we'll share that screen. That would.
I don't know if I can. I might have to send you the position, Ray. Hold on.
If not,
let me go to board editor. Bear with me.
Let me set up a position, a board here, and you just tell me where pieces go. How's that?
Hold on, Ray. Bear with me here. Because somehow I remember this. I don't know how I do, but I do remember this.
Okay. That happens. You know. And that comes from sometimes you see a position. Oh, I remember that position. And those of you that study with me, that's why we go over positions all the time. So that, you know, you get them up here. You know.
Yeah, just bear with me here, Ray. Bear with me here a little bit so I can set it up.
You are doing awesome, man. So yeah, definitely work on checkmates. Work on tactics. You know, get to learn all your tactics, your fork, your skewers, your discoveries, remove the guard. I was doing a first lesson with a kid today. Man, this kid was sharp, man. First lesson, I taught him a notation. I taught him the names of the pieces, the value of the pieces, the symbol of the pieces, all the other notations. And then I even taught him 3 variations of the scholar's mate. And the kid was moving the moves, man. It was so cool. I said, E4, he pushed the pawn, E5. I mean, and I taught him remove the guard. I taught him about forks. I taught him about tempo, all in 1 hour, man. This kid was fabulous. Normally,
wow.
that would have taken like 3 lessons to get to everything I did. But this kid was so focused and very smart, man. He's a really smart kid. And I'm hoping that, I'll take this guy to nationals, man.
Okay, let me see. Where is my? There it is.
Let's see what you got.
Okay, give me a second here, Ray. I'm going to take a snippet here and send it to you on Facebook. Bear with me here. Just got to get my computer. Take a snippet real quick. It's going to take me like.
Either that or just tell me where the pieces go and we'll put them. Here,
Hold on. It's going to take me like 2 seconds. Hold on.
Yeah, but
I'm
then
going to send it to you here.
Grab it over here and take another 5.
There you go. I sent it to you, Ray, on Facebook. You should be able to see it there.
All right, cool. Let me see. Let me get my phone, my trusty phone, and okay, it's not too hard. All right, so let me just set it up here. Let me share the screen on analyze board. Yeah, here we go. I think it's this one. No, it's this one. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let me show you the board, and I'm going to put the position up.
Wait, hold on. I have to. Sorry. By the way, that pawn, is actually on E4. Sorry, not on. Sorry, I have to move. Sorry, there's 2 pieces that are misaligned. Sorry. Sorry, there's the pawn on E4.
Okay.
Okay. No, sorry, the pawn's on, no, bishop. Sorry, there's a bishop on E4. Sorry, bishop's on E4. The pawn is still on E6.
Okay. So let me put the pawn on E6, and then
there's a rook. Yep, black rook.
There is king. Hold on. Okay. So the key's where it's at, and then there's a rook. Hold on. Let me pick up the rook over here.
The rook's actually going to be on G8. Rook's on G8.
On G8. Okay. So forget that position. Okay. And then we have all the black pieces. Okay.
Yeah, black pieces are good. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I think you're in trouble if you're playing black here.
And it was black. It was black to move.
You're in trouble. I don't know, but let's see. So the bishop's not protecting the pawn. That's what you're saying,
right?
So is the position correct? That's what she.
Yes, and it was black to move here.
Oh, black to move. Okay, hold on. So let's see. Got 2 kings. Yes, we got 2 kings. So let's analyze the board here. All right, white to move, right?
Yes. No, black to move. Black to move.
I can't do it like that. I need to go back in here, and then I need to go black to move.
Black to move, yes.
Analyze the board. Let's flip the board as well, right? Yeah, let's flip the board as
well.
Oh,
I was actually white, actually, so you can leave it as white, yeah.
All right, so flip the board again and analyze board. So it's black to move then.
Yep.
And what did black do?
Black actually tried this nifty little sacrifice he thought was good enough. He actually played rook to H7.
Rook H7. Oh, wow. But the bishop takes.
Right. Exactly. But actually, nope. You know what's actually even better? Is if you actually play the check first.
Yeah, the check first.
Because check first. But then he actually, he did. He actually did push up. He did not. Yep. And he missed rook check.
He missed this check first.
Yep. He missed the check first. Yes.
And the king has to go up.
Yep. And then take the rook, and that was the game.
And he's got nothing because.
Right.
Let's say he plays here, he loses the bishop. So more likely, maybe he goes here. And
yeah, but you just
even there, you can even take here.
No, you don't take. You just push the. You just push the pawn. You push the pawn first.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, you get rid of whatever's your problem. Actually, you're right. You're right because he's on the edge. You're right. You're on the edge already. So yeah, you just push the pawn because you're already controlling everything.
Right, and it forces a mate very quickly.
It forces a mate because he pushes here, you got queen, and he goes here, and then you got checkmate there.
Mate, right. And I was surprised he actually let himself into there.
Oh my goodness, that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know what.
Because what happened? You can try to push You
I
could try
wonder.
to.
Oh, he couldn't. He couldn't
Nope.
capture. No, he couldn't.
No,
Because
because
capture
he.
something, and
But
then
he.
this, and then
But the funny part is, I thought he was going to try to play King H1, but King H1 is no good.
Keenan.
He
Oh no, I mean right here. No, he can't go to
King
H1.
King King. No H2. Yeah, H2. Sorry, H2. But then you hit him with check.
You go check. He goes here, and you got this.
Right.
Right. You got this, and then you got.
Actually, it's not immediate, Ray, because you got
Yeah,
to
it's
worry
not
about the pawn.
immediate. Okay, but again, if he pushes the pawn,
You can literally, and it's a simple move.
yeah,
You can easily actually. You don't even need to move the rook. You can just play bishop D. Yep. Nope.
right
Bishop to
here.
the D. Nope. Bishop to the D file.
Yeah, yeah, right
Yep.
here.
Right there.
Protect the
Yep.
pawn, and
And you
then
let it sit. Yeah. And he's
he's
in
got,
what's called, and he's in Zugzwang.
yeah, he's in, and then from there,
No, you can't play there. Pawn takes. Pawn would take.
oh yeah, yeah, because he's going up. So
So
maybe,
there's
well, let's say he goes there.
oh no. Rook all the way over to the B file.
There you go.
To
Really?
the B.
Oh,
No, that's
B file. That's right. To come down. There you go.
right, to come down, yeah.
And then,
Or if he tries to escape, no, he would be
oh no, the pawn's coming down. Yeah, yeah. And then if he tries to escape, well, we have this.
nope, not necessarily. Nope, you have to play the check first.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no.
Then you could take, but there were definitely some
I
ideas.
think I would have captured because he doesn't have a check.
No, but queen check.
Oh yeah, because the pawn's going down. You're right. The pawn's going down. So if he goes here, you have to check first, and
Right.
then of course he's going to go up, and then of course
If you want to sacrifice, I admit there's a lot of different ideas here.
he takes. Um, yeah, here we go.
There's a lot of different ideas here.
The
But
bishop
no.
moves, and
Yep.
you got this. He moves away. You go here. He attacks.
And then you nope, you don't go there.
You can't push because you lose it.
Nope. But there's other ideas. But actually, go back to the original position, please, because there was something I wanted to show you. So anyway, so if he pushes though, so let's say he can't push because of obviously taking.
Yeah.
But if he comes down, what is that? H2. So no.
Oh yeah.
King H2.
H2.
You just move your king out of the way. That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah. To threaten mate here.
Yep.
Yeah. To threaten mate right here because check. He moves here.
Right, because he can't play the rook. Because if he does, you get to push E2.
Yeah, because now if he
E7.
captures, you go here. He blocks. You capture. He moves here, and you got
right. And this is what I was saying earlier. Right. Yeah, you got a little off track there, but yeah, there you go.
The bishop and was the bishop and rook checkmate.
Right. Yeah, and surprisingly, that game was only 25 moves long.
Wow, pretty man, pretty checkmate. Well, cool,
all right,
man.
so looks like that's the hour.
Yeah, that's the hour, man. This is pretty cool. I like it. So, man, what do you got going this week? Got lessons?
I'm going to be giving a chess club. My chess club meets tomorrow from 12 to 4, and then on Lee Chess, we have a tournament that will be starting at. I have to double check the time. I want to say it is. I believe I set it for 7:30 tomorrow night, which it'll probably popular. It's game. I believe I set it for game in 15. So that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. A lot of my club members like playing online Lee Chess tournaments. They love it on Sundays. It's very popular and people love it. So
cool. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool to watch and then the whole bit. Yeah, and you also had some some video on the last tournament that you guys had, that big tournament you guys had that the week before or something like that.
Yeah, we've had quads, Swiss.
Cool.
So
excellent. Well, great week of chess, guys. Practice your study your notes. Practice. Do chess puzzles. Play games. Game 5, game 10, whatever. game 15 if you want to play a slower game. Everything else might go too fast. I mean, too long, too boring. So about game 10, game 15 is probably the longer games you should play. And definitely those of you in my area, Dishman has a tournament this weekend up in Harlingen, so sign up for that. I'll be posting some of that stuff today, and so that you guys who want to go have the information in the flyer and all of that thing.
Yep.
And all of that. Well, cool. Dave, we'll see you, man, next week. And it's gonna definitely be Saturday, hopefully at 6, if not 6 by 7. And Dave's giving us something here. Oh, here's the link in case.
Yep, that is the link for my tournament if you're interested.
In case you want to play.
Yep, you can go to Teams on Lee Chess and just type in Columbus Chess Club, and we'll welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, and there we go. Mario's in. Hey, Mario, how's it going? Caught the end of the show, been busy, but I need to get back in touch with the game. So I do this. Yes, you do, man. Yes, you do. He said, Daniel, yeah, see you later. You all. It's been fun. Hey, every time you come in, man, it's a great time, Daniel. Keep practicing, keep playing games, and he sends me games every once in a while, and we talk a little bit of them. Sometimes I just look it up and say, yeah, okay, thumbs up. He's really improving his game. So, Dave, we will see you, man.
I will see you next Saturday.
And take care.
Take care, Ray.
With this one. Bye.
All righty, bye.